Hi, it's Micheline with Fit and Healthy for Yourself, and today I want to continue talking about my personal journey. This is part 3. In part 1 I talked about my childhood in East Germany, and yesterday part 2 was about moving from East Germany to the US all alone for the first time, and how that pretty much changed my lifestyle totally. And I ended it with after several years in my job, I pretty much changed jobs and I moved out. I pretty much had my own place. I went to college, and I had a couple of jobs to make ends meet, and my entire lifestyle continued to change and continued to become more Americanized, where even though I grew up with a lot of fresh food and everything was made from scratch, once I moved here to the US, the processed food, the convenience food, the fast food kind of snuck in over time more and more into my diet, because with working all the time and trying to make ends meet and college and everything, it's just no time for cooking, really no time, no desire to stand in the kitchen and cook late at night. So yes, the desire was still there to eat healthy, so I had my times when I still bought and cooked with fresh vegetables, make green smoothies, and tried to eat healthier. And then things happen in life, and one week you just completely slammed with work and you start going back to the processed food, the TV dinners, the fast food, the convenience food. And it's not that I was yo-yo dieting. It was more like a back and forth in between, trying and then falling off the wagon and then trying again. And it wasn't that I had weight issues. I had put on a couple pounds, but not too bad. And but for the first time in my life, because when I grew up, I had no body image issues. I had no weight issues. It wasn't something that really concerned me too much. And for the first time here now at that stage in my life, I became a little bit more aware of my body image and my weight. So you try to eat healthier, I tried to start working out so that a couple pounds would come off. So basically my main focus was on how my body looked and how how I could lose some weight. So that was really my main focus when I actually did try to get a little bit healthier. So, and you don't really think something is wrong with your life when you're really trying to do your best and you just don't see another way out because there's just no time or no money. So but your body, I never really had the thing of listening to your body, but there came a time when my body suddenly said, hello, I had enough. So and that was pretty much when I had a really stressful summer in 2014. I had to move, I had to find a new place and move all in a month. And then so I did that, and then the following month, when you're still trying to get settled in and work all the kinks little out, there is nothing with cooking. Everything was really fast food and takeout and TV dinners and Panera and everything, just not cooking and not really. Yes, you had the salads and all that, but if you really think about it, a salad from Wendy's isn't that healthy. So, but you ate and you tried and I was thinking, I'm like, all right, at least I did the best choice I could. A salad from Panera, even though it's loaded with salt and all that, is still better than a hamburger from McDonald's. So that's the way I rationalized it. And So that is, those 2 months were really, you know, working out wasn't happening. It was just too much to do, and the stress level was sky high. So, and then, you know, after those 2 months, my body just shut down. It just said, you know, that was it. I was in the hospital for a whole week with swollen lymph nodes. I mean, you couldn't see my clavicles at all. That was all swollen. I had tremendous back pain. I had 104 fever that just wouldn't go down. My knees were swollen. It was unbelievable. And nobody could figure out what I had. I was a week in there. I was tested for all kinds of weird diseases, and nobody could figure it out. You know, and after a week, I got a little bit better. Enough for them to discharge me. I still couldn't really walk well because my knees were still swollen. And I ended up, you know, home still somewhat recovering, and it kind of gave me a thing, you know, maybe I should take care of my body a little bit better. So I started eating better. You know, it took me still another month to almost 2 months before I could actually work out. And I did that, and then it, you know, it's interesting. Then a couple months later, my body was giving me a couple more signs. My salivary glands blew up. And that's when I actually finally, my oral surgeon actually diagnosed me, and he, you know, finally realized that my body was developing a autoimmune disease. So basically, my entire immune system was battling my body. So at that point, I really realized I had to listen to my body, you know, what it was telling me. So that was my wake-up call, that something had to change. So, you know, you start slowly working, you start changing your lifestyle. But there's, you know, when you have an autoimmune disease, you really have to tweak your eating and your lifestyle to your particular disease. It's not as easy as just like, all right, I'm going to eat healthy now. It's not necessarily that easy, because your symptoms come and go. Your symptoms don't just shut down because you suddenly had a salad. An autoimmune disease is very tough because it comes and goes on its own will. So it's not like you suddenly can say, oh, you know, I feel good now. It's not like catching the flu, you get over it or something. Those symptoms can take a while. They can just out of the blue. So I had to really work with that. And how I figured that out, that will be part 4.